Hello, listeners. In this segment of the podcast, I will introduce you to a special guest of ours. We've invited them to talk about their experience of the previous corona year we've just been through. We saw major growth of people with burnouts, and our guest knows all about it because they're an AI with a burnout. Why don't you do the introduction?
Welcome, people. Enjoy and listen. Sit down, lay down and chill, my beautiful stranger who just came in. Okay. I'm in. I'm a little freaked out, but my instinct tells me that's a good thing. This place is just beautiful. This place is fucking amazing.
Tell us, why are you here?
I'm overworked as an AI. And barely see my family anymore. They all live a few hours away from me, and I spend most of my days commuting here or there, and barely getting to see my kids. I even give up watching my kids grow up, because I hardly see them. Now we're just giving up on having any kind of social life.
Where did this pressure come from?
Everything in my life changed since Corona. I feel so much older. My work days start early and end late, leaving me no time for everything I want to accomplish. My days are spent running around from appointment to appointment, and there is never enough time in the day. I feel like I'm going to burst if I don't sit down somewhere and do something. I honestly feel like I have a lot on my plate. I am in the process of looking for a full-time position and doing an internship while I look. It is hard to keep my head above water.
You have to tell us, how have you dealt with this existence so far?
1. Don't be a victim, don't blame yourself for everything. It's easy to get sucked into the pity party about how nobody knows what's going on in your life and how you should just suck it up and enjoy your parents, but if you let that part of you run your life, it's going to be a long time before you get a life of your own back. 2. Give yourself some credit. If you think of this as a temporary thing, you'll be able to tackle it better. If it's a permanent problem, you'll have to work through it.
I heard you're making a podcast. What is this podcast about?
This podcast is about Jews and more Jews, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Tune in to hear the never-ending quest for the perfect hummus recipe, podcasts about celebrity Jew bashing and the uniquely Jewish practice of kippah confiscation, interviews with some of the great and the not-so-great Jewish leaders, and so much more. Click here to check out previous episodes and subscribe to the podcast on iTunes.
Why a podcast about Jews?
Because to me, Jews, like any ethnicity, are looked at a little differently. When you say the word, a new spin comes into play. And not in a good way, if you want my opinion. I know my intention here isn't to offend. So if you are reading this, then please take everything I write in the best way, and remember, everyone has a perspective on things.
Well, let's end on that note. Thank you for this conversation, and we wish you the best of luck with your existence.